Hello friends, this is teacher KB. Today we are going to study present tense versus past tense. Through this study we are going to compare the forms of present tense and past tenses. First, we are going to study a few regular verbs. And all the sentences have the first person singular as the subject. I like to run, present. I like to run. When I was young, this is past tense. So this is regular, so you put ed at the end of the verb. I don't like to run. This is negative, so use do not. I don't like to run. Just remember, when you use negative, you use do and base form like. And this is past tense. I didn't like to run when I was young. So did not. Because you're using did, do not put ed at the end of the sentence. Just use the base form. I didn't like to run when I was young. Do I like to run? It's your question. Again, use do and then base form of the verb. Do I like to run? Or did I like to run? So did is already past, so you don't need to put ed at the end of the sentence. Did I like to run when I was young? And finally, using a question word, we're making a question. Why do I like to run? Just the same. Here, do I like to run? You just put why. Why do I like to run? And then why did? So past tense again. Do not put ed. Why did I like to run when I was young? Now let's take a look at the sentences using the second person singular as the subject. You love Jane, present. You loved Jane long time ago. So long time ago is a past time tense word. So you loved, put ed, so make past tense. You don't love Jane. So do not love Jane. After do not, you use base form. You do not love Jane. You didn't. So this is past, so do not put ed at the end of the verb. So you didn't love Jane long time ago. Do you love Jane? So do is present, love is the base form. Do you love Jane? And now past tense, did you love Jane long time ago? So because you're using did for the past, you don't need to put a d at the end of the verb. So did you love Jane long time ago? And why do you love Jane? Or why did you love Jane long time ago? Just remember, after using do or did, you need to use the base form. Now this is a third person singular subject. James is he. So James studies. This is present. James studies English. And James studied English in his country. So in his country means when he was in his country. So this is past tense. James studied. The base form is study, but when it becomes third person singular, it becomes studies. And then past tense, studied, studied. James doesn't study English, so does is third person singular, so you just put the base form, doesn't study English. James didn't, this is past tense. James didn't study English in his country. Use the base form. Does James study English? So third person singular form of do is does. Does James study English? Or did James study English in his country? So here after does, you use base form study. After did, you use the base form study as well. Why does James study English? Does study. Why did James study English in his country? Now let us take a look at the case of irregular verb. And then the subject is first person singular. I go shopping on Saturdays. And past tense is I went shopping last Saturday. Negative, I do not go. Remember that we need to use base form. I did not go. Again, do not go, did not go. Do not use went. I do not go shopping on Sundays. I didn't go shopping last Sunday. Question, do present, I go shopping on Saturdays. Did I go shopping last Saturdays? So this is past tense. You don't need to use went. Okay, because you already have used the did, which is past. Why do I go shopping on Saturdays? Why did I go shopping last Saturday? Now the verb is eat, and then past tense is ate. You eat beef steak. You ate beef steak yesterday. Past tense. You don't eat beef steak. You didn't. And use base form. Eat beef steak yesterday. Do you eat beef steak? Did you eat beef steak yesterday? Why do you eat beef steak? Why did you eat beef steak yesterday? So using did, still use eat, which is the base form. Now the last one, have. Have is first and second person, singular and plural, and has is third person singular. Jane has a red car. In past tense, Jane had a red car for 10 years, and now she doesn't have the car anymore. Doesn't have. Jane doesn't have a red car. And past tense, Jane didn't have a red car. Question, does Jane have a red car? And past tense, did Jane have a red car? Remember, whether you use does or did, you need to use the base form in questions. Negative as well. Why does Jane have a red car? Why did Jane have a red car for 10 years? Okay, friends, this is the conclusion of today's study. I'll come back to you with another English grammar rule as soon as possible. Until then, keep studying English and have a great day. Bye.